Hey, it's Giuliano live at Mohegan Sun Casino. We're right outside Mohegan Sun Arena getting ready for American Idol's Live 2010. The concert is happening tonight. I'm going to go backstage right now and talk to a bunch of the idols and find out what's going on with the tour. I'm here with Tim Urban. Tim, how you doing today?
Doing all right. How you doing, boss?
Welcome to Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut. So talk about the American Idol's tour so far. I know it's in the early stages, but how's it gone so far?
You know, it's funny. I feel like I've been on tour for a very long time, and then I think about it, and I'm really just started. It's gone really good so far. I mean, we've had amazing crowds. It's been a lot of high energy, and it's been more than I expected. It really has been very, very exciting.
What made you try out for American Idol?
I actually auditioned for American Idol. So my friends would stop bugging me about auditioning for American Idol. They've been telling me for a couple of years, you have to go, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's a long shot. Nobody makes it on American Idol. But I said, all right, if it comes back to Dallas, I'll go audition. And then when I found out it was coming back to Dallas, a friend texted me, he's like, hey, we should go audition for American Idol. I was like, all right, let's go.
So for those in the upcoming season, is it 10 or 11?
It's 10.
It is 10. So those for the upcoming season, what would you say is the thing that would most make them stand out in the audition process?
You know, you really, honestly, people say it all the time, be yourself, just be, and for me, I don't know what they're looking for when the people audition. There's so many people, I was with so many people who didn't make it. I went with friends who didn't make it. I made it. And so and I'm looking around all the people around me who didn't make it. The only thing you can do when you go in there is honestly be as true to yourself as you can, because then regardless of what happens, you let them see an honest, shot of you.
Got it.
And then if you don't make it, you don't regret that you didn't do something.
And that's kind of what your motto throughout the show.
Exactly. You know, and so it really is just about not regretting how you audition. So just go there, be yourself, have as much fun as you possibly can, enjoy the experience. It takes a lot of guts just to show up at the first auditions. It's huge, it's packed, and it's a long wait, and it's nerve-wracking. So honestly, just have as much fun as you can, soak it up, be yourself.
So going through the show, bigger stages, now you're on tour, bigger stages. What are the girls like in the front row screaming for you? That's got to be a pretty awesome feeling.
It's nuts, man. It
happens to me every day on the radio in my head, but I never get it.
I mean, it's weird. It's I say weird, like not in a bad way, just weird as in a year ago, I would have I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought I'd get that reaction walking on stage. You know, it just didn't hit me. And then to be here, it almost feels surreal. It's almost like, wait, where am I?
That's cool. And it's a good jump off for the career. I know you're focusing on the tour now, but aspirations after the tour is over.
Well, I mean, after the tour is over, I know we're all going to be working on music. Me personally, I'm working on I'll try to get an album out before the end of the year.
Great.
And then I'm also working on acting. I'm moving out to LA, more than likely, end of this year, early next year. Start hitting up some auditions, try to get that going.
And last question, who's got the better hair, Urban or Bieber?
Oh, I'm not even going to justify that question with an answer. It's going to be amazing.
So talk about the tour so far. I know it's in the early stages, but how's it going to City to City?
Man, it's going great. You know, we're all excited to be doing this, and you know, every single night that I get out there, I get that much more comfortable and settled in, and it's feeling better every day.
That's kind of what we saw in the show too, and not to say that you were nervous to start, but week to week you gained more confidence, and that was seen through the judges' comments to you as well, that you looked more comfortable on stage.
Well, you know, at first you just don't know. I mean, I guess it's because you've got cameras on you and stuff, and you just kind of. I tried to just ignore all that, you know, and you do get a little bit more comfortable just being in the situation, and you know, doing music is something I'm always comfortable doing, but there's times where you're more comfortable than others.
Well, and the thing that I've been asking people too, it's got to be crazy, is that you go from just playing in front of a bar, a few people, and then you're thrust in front of millions and millions. It's got to be a crazy transition that you have to get accustomed to quick.
Well, you know, I never thought about any of the people at home. You know, I mean, I just, you know, you got a camera in front of you, and you don't think about really what that means. You just think about the people that are in the crowd, and just play the music the best you can. And you know, afterwards you're like, wow, I just played for, you know, millions of people. But if you think about that, then
Gets in your head.
yeah, I'm sure it would have. So
I just asked Tim, it's got to be also a crazy transition to walk on stage and have thousands of girls screaming for you, as they do for me.
Tim would be the guy to ask about that, actually.
Yeah. So but what's that like? I mean, again, you're going from, whatever, to now every girl screaming your name. You're walking in the mall, everyone's trying to grab at you. It's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
He's trying to be modest, but it's unbelievable.
you know what? Sometimes you just like sometimes there's times where it's not as cool, you know.
Okay.
But it's an honor. I'll put it that way. It's always an honor, and it's always nice to know that you make somebody's life better, or you know, touch somebody in their life in a good way with your music, and that's the biggest honor that I can imagine. So
sure,
it's nice.
and going along with that, I mean, obviously you've got millions and millions of votes on the show, but when you go city to city and you see that fan appreciation in the crowd, that's got to make it all worth it.
No, it really is. I mean, it's been worth it anyways, because this has allowed me to do what I love to do. So in that way, it's always worth it, but especially worth it to like be able to play for the people that put me in the position that I'm in. That's the best part, you know, because moving on in my career, you know, hopefully I'll gain a lot of fans that weren't fans of the show. And, you know, regardless, the people that watch the show made a huge impact on my life and have changed my life forever. So to be able to give back to them and to play specifically for the fans of the show, and that's nice.
And obviously you're focusing on the tour right now, but aspirations after, I'm sure that you've got an album on the way, other things that you're working on after the tour is over.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm super excited to do that, and that's going to be, you know, something that will set up the rest of my career.
Sure. All right, I'm here with Didi. Didi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Welcome to Mohegan Sun Casino.
Thank you.
In
It's
lovely
good to be here.
Uncasville, Connecticut.
It's very nice to be here. I like it. I saw a bunch of trees. I was looking out the window and I was like, oh, trees.
It is nice. There are a freakish amount of trees here. But do you like the casino? Were you able to walk through or see anything yet? Or they keep you back here?
I kind of slept until like 4 o'clock yesterday, and then I wandered a little bit into the casino, and I went to like that Michael Jordan cafe.
Nice in there.
Yeah, it was cool. And then that was pretty much it. And then I got a manicure and just hung out at the spa and then went to bed.
That's cool. The tour is in its early stages, but going from city to city, how's it been so far?
It's been amazing. I'm just so blessed to be in this situation right now. It's an amazing opportunity. You get to meet all sorts of different fans, and it's just beautiful, like to be experiencing this. I'm just enjoying the ride, you know, and getting to sing and do what I love in front of so many people.
What was it like going through the show, going through the whole process, making it to the top 10? What was that like for people that maybe are trying out this upcoming season?
What advice do I have for them?
Sure, absolutely.
Keep your cool and just, you know, be yourself and be calm and enjoy it, you know, because you just never know what's going to happen, and you can't try and figure it out because you're not going to, because it's a TV show, and it's a really amazing experience, and you should just take it all in.
And speaking of the TV show, going from week to week, gaining more fans, it's got to be a really cool experience to go from kind of singing and then singing in front of millions. It's got to be awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing, and you don't really think about it when you're on the show because you don't see all the millions of people. You're just looking into like this little red light,
sure.
You know, and now we're getting to meet all the people who were on the other side who came out to see us and support. So it's really crazy. It's crazy, yeah, to see all these people in the arenas that were like, I know you, and I'm like, this is insane.
I was just talking to Casey about that too. I mean, you don't get that intimacy on TV. I mean,
No.
People watching it think because they're watching a TV show, but now you're going from city to city. You're going to come out to 10,000 people here tonight. They all know you and they're excited to see you and they paid to see you.
Yeah, it's a really unbelievable, amazing thing, and I'm just so grateful for everybody that has supported, and y'all are all rock. So thank you so much, because without you, I wouldn't be here.
So a question that I'm asking each of the contestants, because I'm a big Simon fan and I know that he's leaving, is what's one thing that he either said to you or to someone else that's going to stick with you forever?
Well, Well,
Yeah,
a good thing or a bad thing?
Either one. We can take both.
Well, my best moment probably was I had two really good moments with Simon. One was when I sang Terrified, and the other was when I sang Rhiannon. And it almost brought me to tears because I was expecting him to be so mean. And when I sang Terrified, he actually was like, he liked it.
Sure.
And he was nice. And he asked me what I did, and I was like, I'm a waitress. Is your waitress, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, I like the idea of you making it, you know. And I was like, oh, he likes me.